Happy Sunday. How is everyone doing tonight out there in Facebook land? I'm going to give you a couple minutes to pop on because I know I didn't. I usually announce a few minutes before, about 30 minutes before I get on, and I didn't do that tonight. Been busy this afternoon with this week's preparations, doing meal prep for the week for my diet, doing laundry for the week so the kids have and I have clean things to wear to work and school, and just all the things that we do on Sunday. And I've really been reflecting on that lately. Hey Amy, hey Chad, I've been reflecting on, especially like these last 2 weeks, just how busy of a life it is these days, and is this really what I want for my future? You know, as most of you know, I'm a full-time school teacher. I teach 6th grade math this year. I'm licensed math, science, social studies. This is the first year I've only had one prep, which is just math. And I thought, oh, you know, this is going to be the year that it's not going to be so crazy because I just have to write one lesson plan per day instead of many lesson plans for many different subjects, you know, one for social studies, one for math. And different tests, write a social studies test, write a math test. Hey, Aunt Carol. And so I thought this year was going to be the year that, you know, I'm going to have less of using my own personal time to get my job done. And what I have found is that it couldn't be further from the truth. The demands that have been placed on teachers, hey, Richard, the demands that have been placed on teachers is just, it's beyond believable. I came home this weekend, and on Friday I had to do schoolwork for next week, and I had to work on schoolwork for this week today. So two opportunities that I had this weekend to spend more time with my kids, to do things with my kids, or do things with family or with friends, I had to spend doing schoolwork. You know, and that's not what I have envisioned for myself when I went into this job. You know, teaching is supposed to be a family-friendly job, but it's not. not anymore. The expectations on teachers have become great. The demand is great, and the pay seems to be going down as they change. Hey, Susan. Hey, Kathy. As they change, like I know in January, we're all fixing to take. All teachers are fixing to take a pay cut because they're going to change our insurance. And with that, we are going to be paying more for insurance with less benefit. We'll get less benefits, but pay more for it than what we paid before. So, you know, it's like we're doing more and getting paid less, having to do more with less resources. And it's just crazy. So I've just really been evaluating that. And then also my whole, you know, my whole opportunity working with Limelight. I've now been with Limelight a little bit over 6 months. I started in the beginning of February. So it's a little bit over 6 months. So let's rewind for a minute 6 months ago. When I started with Limelight, I saw the opportunity to share products that I loved with friends and family and help women become more confident. That was part of why I started the journey. The other part of why I started the journey was to make a little extra income to support my children and pay off some debt. And I've been doing that with Limelight, but I never thought about getting more out of Limelight than that. But lately, and I think it's because the demands of the job continue to increase while the income does not. And I see where with Limelight, every minute that I invest in Limelight, there's a reward for it. There's a payout for it, where that's not necessarily the case with education. When I come home and bring paperwork home to do, there's no return on that. That's just something that's expected that you have to get done so somebody can check it off their list of things that you had to do. So I've just been thinking, like, is this really what I want for myself 5 years down the road? Do I still want to be dragging home tons of paperwork to do over the weekend? Or do I want to be doing something that every single minute I invest in it, I'm getting something back out of it? Do I want to have flexibility? I have no flexibility with teaching. You're expected to be there day in, day out. So if I wanted to take my kids on a cruise or something and it would happen to be during the school year because that's when it was a good time to go, sorry, can't do it. Can't take off work. It doesn't work that way with education. Other jobs, you can take vacation as long as you have the time, you can take it. It doesn't work that way with education. They highly frown upon you taking time off during the school year, because when you're not there, guess what? Kids get subs. We've all been to school. We know what that looks like. Kids don't learn as well as they would if they had the same environment that they have day in and day out with the same teacher that they know day in and day out. So, you know, I've just been really thinking, like, I want to go to the next level with Limelight. I want to go to the next level where I'm beyond just making the extra money and actually making a future for myself and my children. And I'm telling you guys, I know you can do that because I've sat back and watched several of my friends who also were in education do that very same thing. One of them has less than 2 years with the company. She has quit teaching and she is making lots of money. Another one is going to be quitting very soon as they find a replacement for her in her classroom. She is making good money. You can make a future out of this. And I'm just saying, I want the kind of life for my kids where if we want to go on vacation and it happens to be January because that's when their cheerleading competitions are, that I don't have to worry about somebody saying, no, you can't take off the week of January 4th because you know what? You're going to have students that week. I'm excited about the prospect of being able to do that. So on this journey, my vision is changing. My vision originally was make extra money, help other ladies out. Hey, Pastor Allen, we missed you today. I know y'all had a beautiful weekend. You know, originally the vision was extra money for my kids, extra money to pay down debt, and just be able to help women along the way because that in itself has been very rewarding and it's allowed me to share a lot about myself with them and become closer to them as well as help them out, find the products that they love and make them feel more comfortable about themselves and how they look and more confident. But along this way in this last couple of weeks journey, I feel like there's a deeper calling. I feel a shift, if you will, and I feel myself going further with Limelight and pursuing a life where, you know what, if we want to go to Disney World in January because that's when the competition is, there's nobody to tell me, no, you can't go. No, you can't take off. I want that freedom. And you know, how amazing will that be to not have to worry about somebody saying, nope, sorry, can't do that. We don't have any subs available that week. I'm sorry your daughter's going to miss her national competitions in Orlando, Florida. And I'm sorry you're not going to be able to go to Disney World when you have the opportunity to go for, you know, half the price. Sorry, that's not going to work out. We're not going to be able to do that. Like, I want to live the life where nobody can tell me no. I can just go. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because like I said, I know you guys have been following my journey and a lot of you know that one of my primary goals has been, you know, of course, helping the women find the products they love and also paying down the debt. But, you know, 6 months in and my shift, there's a shift. There's a shift happening. I want to see more for my family. I want to see more flexibility in Angela having control of what her life looks like instead of a job having control of what my life looks like. You know, like for example with education, you know, there's no working overtime and getting extra money. It doesn't exist. You work overtime hours, don't get me wrong, because you're going to pull a good 60 hours, but you're not going to get paid anything extra for pulling that extra time because it's salary. You're going to just get paid what you get paid. There's no bonus. There's no, oh, you did great. You did better than this one, so, you know, your scores were better than this one. So I know some states do that, but North Carolina's not there yet. So, you know, you get what you get. And, you know, if you want to do better for yourself, it's really hard to do with in education because everything's so fixed. So I'm just saying, I want to do better for myself. And I don't think that's wrong. I don't think it's wrong to want something greater for yourself as long as you're willing to do the work. And personally, I'm willing to do the work. I'm ready to see a shift for my family. You know, they're all the time talking about they want a different house. Specifically, they want a house with stairs, and what they mean by that is they want a 2-story house because they think that going up and down stairs is going to be the greatest thing in the world. Well, you and I as adults know that that's probably not going to be the greatest thing in the world because you'll get tired of it. But you know what? I want to be in a place where if that's what they really wanted, I could do that for them. I can tell you that with education, no. Selling this house and getting another house, you know, like that is not really a feasible option. But I know with Limelight, if I keep pushing, if I keep working and busting my butt day in and day out, that can happen for us. And that's the kind of life I want to live. I want to live where people aren't standing in the way saying, no, you can't do this that you want to do, and no, you can't do that you want to do. And if I want to do it, I do it. And I just wanted to share that with you guys tonight. I hope that encourages somebody. I don't think that teachers are the only ones in this world right now that feel really stuck and limited by their particular type of employment. I feel a lot of employers, the nature of business today, things are very limited. You know, people used to be really, really appreciated, especially if you spent a long time with a company. But now it's like, okay, you don't want to be here? Sorry, you want to have a vacation. We're just going to have to find somebody who wants to be here. And so it's like a competition just to keep your job. And, you know, but everybody needs downtime. Everybody needs to do things with their family. We all need that. And I feel like the way the world is today, we get so much pressure placed on us by our job. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Audrey. Hey, Ryan. We get so much pressure put on us by our jobs to, like, just put everything into it that we have nothing left for our families. And that's not the life I want to live. And I'm sure many of you out there feel the same way. You do not want your job to come before your family, because that's not how it should be. But the way the world is today, that seems to be what employers want. So I just want to share with you guys, like, if you're like me and you want something different, I want you to get in touch with me. Let's talk about this. Let's find a solution. There are, you know, and your solution might not be Limelight, it might be something else, but there are things out there, there are opportunities out there. Hey, Michaela, there are opportunities out there other than Limelight. Limelight's not the only one. Limelight is a avenue, but there are other avenues. There's opportunities out there to do something where you have more of the control. You're in charge of what your job looks like instead of an employer being in charge. So, you know, just send me a message, send me a PM. Let's talk about this. If you want to know more about my personal journey, please send me a message. I'll be glad to share more specific details with you guys. I hope everybody has a great Sunday evening. You know, this is the time that we're kind of shifting our mind from the weekend to this week coming. And I just encourage you, as you start to do that, don't allow your family to be neglected because your mind is shifting. I think that's something that happens naturally in all adults' minds. But in the meantime, you know, we have kids that are sitting right there on the couch that's still wanting to spend time with you before you get back into work mode. And I know I've been guilty of it myself many times, because I know all the things I got going on. I'm like, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. And then there's Brianna and Caleb sitting there like, I want to spend time with mommy, you know. So step away from the busyness and spend more time with your kids. The payoff in that is worth it all. All right, guys, have a great night. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.